Welcome to Mindful Pathway Media. If you've ever found yourself struggling to remember what you studied or feeling overwhelmed by your study sessions, whether it's distractions, stress, or trying to cram everything into a short amount of time, traditional studying methods often don't cut it. In today's video, we're going to take a deep dive into mindful learning techniques that will help you study smarter and retain more information. From focus techniques like active recall and spaced repetition to creating the perfect study space and using mindfulness, we're covering everything you need to boost your learning. Let's get started. Have you ever spent hours reading or memorizing information, only to forget most of it when you need it? This common problem is due to how the brain processes and stores information. Our brains aren't designed to hold on to everything we encounter, they filter out what seems irrelevant or redundant. In traditional studying methods, like cramming for an exam, we often overload our brains with too much information in a short time. This leads to cognitive overload and makes it difficult to retain details. Furthermore, stress plays a big role in memory retention. When you're anxious or distracted, your brain's ability to form lasting memories is compromised. Instead of cramming, the brain works better when given enough time to process and organize information. The key to memory retention is understanding how the brain works and learning to study in a way that supports its natural processes. Let's dive into strategies that will help you beat forgetfulness and make studying more effective. Mindful learning is all about being present and fully engaged in the moment when you're studying. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to rush through learning, skimming over material without truly absorbing it. Mindful learning changes that. It's a conscious approach that involves paying full attention to the task at hand and absorbing every piece of information in a calm, focused manner. When you learn mindfully, you engage with the material actively, asking questions, making connections, and understanding concepts deeply rather than just memorizing facts. Mindfulness allows you to be aware of distractions, which you can then control, helping you concentrate better. It also helps reduce stress and increases mental clarity. The more mindful you are while studying, the better you'll retain and apply the knowledge you gain. It's not about speed, it's about quality. This approach may take more time initially, but it leads to a deeper understanding and longer-lasting memory. So, let's explore how to practice mindful learning and integrate it into your daily study routine. If you've ever read through your notes multiple times, only to forget what you read, then you might have missed out on one of the most effective memory techniques, active recall. Unlike passive reading or highlighting, active recall involves testing yourself on what you've just learned. It forces your brain to work harder, which strengthens memory retention. Rather than passively reviewing your notes, take a break and quiz yourself on the key concepts. This method works because retrieval strengthens your neural pathways, making it easier to recall information later. But the power doesn't stop there. When you combine active recall with spaced repetition, you create a potent system for long-term memory retention. Spaced repetition involves reviewing material at increasing intervals over time. By spacing out the reviews, you allow your brain to consolidate and strengthen memories, making them more durable and harder to forget. These techniques work hand in hand to enhance your memory and ensure you remember what you study long after the test is over. Humans are visual learners by nature. Research shows that we are far better at remembering images and stories than abstract information. One of the most powerful ways to reinforce your memory is through visualization and association techniques. When you encounter complex information, try turning it into a mental image. For instance, if you're studying history, visualize important events as vivid pictures or scenes. You can also create mind maps, which are visual diagrams that link concepts together. This makes the information more tangible and easier to recall. Another fantastic technique is the memory palace, a method used by memory champions. To use this technique, imagine walking through a familiar place, like your home, and place the information you want to remember in different rooms. When you need to recall that information, you mentally walk through the space, retrieving each piece of data associated with the rooms. This method leverages spatial memory to enhance your recall ability. By using these techniques, you make learning an engaging, visual process that your brain can retain much more effectively than simply reading or highlighting. You may have heard about the Pomodoro technique, but let's take a closer look at how this simple method can transform your study routine. The Pomodoro technique involves working in 25 to 50-minute blocks, followed by a 5 to 10-minute break. These focused bursts of work allow you to dive deep into the material without feeling overwhelmed. The breaks help to refresh your brain and prevent fatigue, so you can stay sharp throughout your study session. But it's not just about timing, deep focus is key. When you're studying, it's important to eliminate distractions. Turn off notifications, put your phone out of reach, and create a study environment that allows you to stay in the zone. Deep work is when you immerse yourself fully in a task, dedicating all your mental energy to it. Studies show that when you focus deeply, you process information more effectively and retain it longer. Using the Pomodoro technique in combination with deep focus will maximize your productivity and make your study sessions much more efficient. Your study environment plays a huge role in your ability to concentrate. Imagine trying to study in a noisy, cluttered room with your phone constantly buzzing. It would be nearly impossible to focus. That's why creating a distraction-free study space is essential. Start by decluttering your desk. Having a clean, organized space reduces mental distractions. Proper lighting is another key element. A well-lit room helps reduce eye strain and keeps you alert. If you're sensitive to noise, consider playing calming background music or using noise-canceling headphones. Another key part of creating an effective study space is implementing a digital detox. Put your phone on airplane mode or leave it in another room. Social media and notifications can interrupt your focus and reduce productivity. By creating a dedicated, distraction-free study area, you'll give your brain the best chance to focus and retain information. Studying effectively isn't just about what you do during your study sessions, it's also about taking care of your brain and body outside of study time. Sleep is absolutely essential for memory consolidation. When you sleep, your brain processes and strengthens the information you've learned throughout the day. Make sure you're getting at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night to keep your mind sharp. Hydration is equally important. Your brain is made up of 75% water, and dehydration can significantly impair cognitive function. Along with sleep and hydration, eating brain-boosting foods like leafy greens, berries, and omega-3 rich fish can enhance memory and focus. Exercise is another powerful tool for improving brain function. Regular physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, boosting memory and concentration. Finally, incorporating mindfulness practices like meditation can reduce stress and improve cognitive clarity. Taking care of your body will give your brain the fuel it needs to absorb and retain information. While technology is often seen as a distraction, it can also be a powerful ally in your study routine. There are several apps designed to help you stay focused and organized while studying. For example, apps like Forest encourage you to stay off your phone by growing a virtual tree as you focus on your tasks. Pomodoro helps you implement the Pomodoro technique directly on your device, keeping track of your time and breaks. Notion is another great tool for managing your study schedule, taking notes, and organizing tasks. However, it's important to use technology mindfully. Set limits on social media use during study sessions and only use tools that actively support your focus. Technology, when used intentionally, can help enhance your productivity without distracting you from your goals. One of the most powerful ways to reinforce what you've learned is by teaching others. This is the essence of the Feynman Technique, named after the famous physicist Richard Feynman. The idea is simple: if you can't explain a concept clearly, you probably don't understand it well enough. When you teach, you break down complex topics into simpler explanations, which forces you to understand the material on a deeper level. Whether you teach a friend, a classmate, or even yourself, verbalizing concepts helps reinforce your knowledge. This technique also highlights areas where you may have gaps in your understanding, allowing you to address them before moving forward. Now that you've learned these effective study techniques, it's time to take action. Start incorporating one or two strategies into your daily routine, and pay attention to how your study sessions improve. Remember, effective studying is not about cramming or spending endless hours with your nose in the books. It's about being mindful, focused, and using proven methods that work with your brain's natural processes. Active recall, spaced repetition, visualization, and mindfulness are all powerful tools you can use to study smarter, not harder. As you implement these techniques, don't expect instant results. Like any new habit, it takes time to adjust, so be patient with yourself. Keep experimenting with what works best for you, and be consistent. Track your progress, and celebrate small wins along the way. By using these mindful learning strategies, you'll find that you not only remember more but also enjoy the learning process itself. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to Mindful Pathway Media for more insightful content on mindfulness, effective learning, and stress management. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What's one technique you're excited to try first? Let us know. We believe in you, and we're here to support you on your journey toward better studying and overall well-being. So, take a deep breath, get ready to study mindfully, and remember that your success is within your reach. See you in the next video.